Ian Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. So it was my son's last game of soccer for the season today, and we were all down there, all of us. Me, my mum, my dad, my brother, my wife, my son, and my daughter. The Addams family together for the first time ever. And it was like a demented flashback of my own childhood. Down at the sports ground, dad smashing hot dogs, mum smoking darts on the field, my brother just fucking away with it. The only difference was there was 3 Indian additions. 3 innocent Indian additions who have no idea how or why they've ended up part of this family. But we were there, we were all there together, and it was a nice day. It was my son's last game, so I said to him before the game, look, just have fun out there today, all right? Just enjoy yourself. No matter what you do, I'm not going to yell at you today because your last week, fuck. I'm like a tiger dad. I stormed onto the field like straight after the game and had some words with him. I'm like, what the fuck was that? Because he was doing these ones. His shoulders were like hunched over. He was complaining about the rest of his teammates who, in fairness, all suck. The goalie is the worst goalie I've ever seen in my entire life. He's the worst sports person I've ever seen in any arena ever. This little 8-year-old. He is 1 part retarded, 3 parts, I don't know, autistic, and his parents look like they've never even looked at a ball before. He let 7 goals in last week. It was 2-0 at halftime to my son's team. My son was goalie. He did well. He did well goalie last week, and then it all fell to shit. So it was 2-0, and then they put this kid in goals. He's another Adrian, actually. He's a massive Adrian. Even my wife said it the other day. She's like, he's such a fucking Adrian, this kid. And I'm like, yeah, he is. Anyway, it was 2-0, and then by the end of it, it was like 8-3 or something. This kid just let everything pass. If the ball came near him, he turned his back and he was frightened. Anyway, my son was going up to him and going, what the fuck are you doing? Which he sort of had every right to. But what I noticed was the kid on the other team, the good player on the other team, when his team was down 2-0, he didn't have his shoulders shrugged. He wasn't complaining about his goalie, even though his goalie sucked as well. He got on the field and just started tearing shreds, chasing after everything, running the field, doing everything. And when the chips were down and my son's team were going down, my son had his fucking shoulders hunched and was like publicly chastising his goalie. And I was like, no. So I stormed the field and I said, never fucking do that again. Like my fucking wife yelled at me because like the fucking teams were still shaking hands and I just walked on. I'm like, fuck this. He's hearing it now. He's not getting the rundown of how I feel about his performance after he's had like a fucking lollipop and hung out with his friends all day at home, just chilling out. No, he's getting it on the field in real time. And don't worry, it's not just me. My wife jumps in as well on a bad performance. Anyway, after that fucking nightmare of a performance last week, it was just attitude. He still played well. It was just his fucking attitude. I didn't like it at all. So this week, I just said, look, no matter what happens today, you just have fun out there. You've had a good season. I'm not going to yell at you for anything. Just go out there. And the first thing he said was, what if I choose goalie? I'm like, what? What if I play goalie? I'm like, fucking, oh my God. Your nana and your papa and your fucking uncle are here to watch you play. You don't fucking go and goalie today, all right? Anyway, he wasn't goalie. The game starts about 3.5 minutes into the game. I'm calling out his name. I'm like, fuck it. Start moving. Start moving. And the good player on the other team, his dad was like an Indian dude. He was like me times 100. And his son was pretty good, but like, he was a skinny little Indian guy. He doesn't have the athletic attributes for his son to be good, no matter how many times he yells out from the sideline. But I was inspired by him because I was like, well, if you can make your little shitty Indian kid play that well with a little bit of yelling, then I'm obviously not doing enough yelling. So I was like, move. Don't just stand there with your hand, like yelling from this. Move. I'm a fucking nightmare. Don't just stand there with your hand up. What, do you think no one's seeing you? You think you're invisible? There's a lot about the game of soccer he doesn't understand yet. And considering I've barely watched like 5 full soccer matches in my entire life, and I've been involved with junior soccer for like 6 matches, I would like to call myself an expert. So I'm yelling out and halftime hits and I'm like, nah, I need to focus this kid. He's just running around like a fucking idiot. So I pull him over. The coach is talking to the other kids. I'm like, this useless cunt. This cunt who took his wife's last name. No, I'll pull my kid to the side and I'll give him some instruction. And I told him a couple of things and he was sort of nodding, not really listening. And then he ran off. And then I'm like, nah, he hasn't focused enough. He needs direction. He needs a goal. So I pulled him back over and I'm like, look, I want you to kick a goal, all right? He's like, yeah, all right. And he responded. He started playing well after that. That's all he needed. Just a simple fucking goal to kick a goal. And he ended up kicking a goal. I was going to say I want you to kick 3 goals, but then I didn't want him to be like fully disappointed. I didn't want to have to yell at him if he only scored 2. That's what I didn't want to have to do, which I would have, 110, but this is how you make champions. You got to fucking put the pressure on. You got to put them under extreme stress at a very early age. But it was good. He ended up scoring a goal, pretty good goal. The team won. Everyone was happy. We came back home and my mum, my brother and my dad went to the casino. Well, my dad dropped them off at the casino, but my mum and my brother wanted to go. Didn't want to spend the day with the kids. Preferred to go to the casino and spend their government money on roulette or blackjack or whatever. The Addams Family did it. It was really weird seeing everyone together all at once. It's a strange thing. Once your family's broken, it's hard getting them all back together. It has to be an occasion. Anyway, that'll fucking do it for tonight. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see ya the fuck later.